Right now, as you're watching this, a multi-billion-dollar machine is rewiring your brain to crave things you don't need with money you don't have. And it's so sophisticated that most people never realize they're being manipulated. The average person makes roughly over 35,000 decisions per day. But here's the terrifying truth. Fewer than 5% of those choices are actually yours. By the end of this video, I'll reveal the 3 psychological triggers that marketers use to hijack your decision-making process. And more importantly, I'll show you the one simple mental shift that can break you free from this expensive cycle forever. But first, let me ask you something that might make you uncomfortable. When was the last time you bought something and later wondered why you even wanted it? If you can't answer that question immediately, you're not alone. And that's exactly what companies are counting on. Welcome to the world of weaponized psychology, where your deepest insecurities and desires are mapped, measured, and monetized. The first psychological trigger that keeps your wallet bleeding is artificial scarcity. You've seen it everywhere. Only 3 left in stock, limited time offer, flash sale ends in 2 hours. But here's what's really happening in your brain when you encounter these messages. Your amygdala, the ancient part of your brain, responsible for survival, can't distinguish between running out of food in prehistoric times and missing out on a discounted gadget today. It triggers the same fight or flight response, flooding your system with stress hormones that override rational thinking. Companies spend millions studying this exact response. Amazon's lightning deals aren't designed to save you money. They're designed to create panic purchases. That countdown timer you see isn't reflecting real inventory. It's a psychological weapon aimed at your primitive brain. When you see only 2 left, your logical mind shuts down and your survival instincts take over. You buy not because you need the item, but because your brain is convinced you'll regret missing out forever. The fashion industry has perfected this with seasonal collections and limited drops. Fast fashion giants like Zara release new items twice a week, training consumers to believe that if they don't buy immediately, they'll lose the opportunity forever. This creates a perpetual state of urgency that keeps people shopping impulsively. The truth is, the majority of these limited items will either be restocked or replaced with nearly identical versions within weeks. Understanding this trigger is your first step to freedom. Next time you feel that urgent need to buy something because it might disappear, pause. Ask yourself, am I buying this because I genuinely need it or because I'm afraid of missing out? The answer will surprise you more often than you think. The second trigger exploiting your psychology is social proof, and it's more powerful than you realize. Humans are inherently tribal creatures. For thousands of years, following the crowd meant survival, and going against the group could mean death. Modern marketers have weaponized this ancient wiring to unprecedented levels. Every time you see bestseller, most popular choice, or customers who bought this also bought, you're being psychologically manipulated. Those star ratings and customer reviews aren't just information. They're social pressure disguised as helpful feedback. Companies now pay for fake reviews, manipulate ratings, and even create entirely fictional customer testimonials to trigger your need to conform. Social media has supercharged this phenomenon beyond anything we've seen in human history. Instagram influencers aren't just showing you products, they're showing you a lifestyle that triggers deep feelings of inadequacy. When you see someone with perfectly curated photos living what appears to be an ideal life, your brain creates a false equation. If you buy what they have, you can have what they have. This is why influencer marketing is now a $16 billion industry. The psychology gets even darker with targeted advertising. Platforms track your behavior so precisely that they know when you're feeling lonely, insecure, or depressed. They then serve you ads specifically designed to exploit those emotional states. That fitness product ad appearing right after you've been scrolling through workout videos isn't a coincidence, it's algorithmic manipulation designed to hit you when you're most vulnerable. The antidote to social proof manipulation is developing genuine self-awareness. Before making any purchase influenced by what others are doing, buying, or recommending, ask yourself, am I buying this because it improves my life, or because I want to fit in with what others are doing. The distinction will save you thousands of dollars and help you build authentic confidence instead of borrowed identity. The third and most insidious trigger is the deliberate hijacking of your brain's reward system. Every purchase you make releases dopamine, the same neurotransmitter involved in addiction. Companies have studied this extensively and now design shopping experiences to maximize dopamine hits while minimizing satisfaction, ensuring you keep coming back for more. Online shopping platforms are essentially digital casinos designed to keep you engaged and spending. The endless scroll of products, the personalized recommendations, the one-click purchasing, these aren't conveniences, they're addiction mechanisms. Amazon's customers also viewed section creates an infinite loop of browsing that keeps you in a dopamine-seeking state long after you've forgotten what you originally needed. Mobile shopping apps are particularly sinister. They use variable reward schedules, the same psychological principle that makes slot machines addictive. Push notifications about sales and deals arrive at unpredictable intervals, training your brain to constantly check for the next dopamine hit. The add to cart button is strategically colored and positioned to trigger impulse actions before your rational mind can intervene. Credit cards and buy, now pay later services have removed the psychological pain of spending money. When you hand over cash, your brain registers the loss immediately. But swiping a card or clicking buy now, pay later bypasses this natural spending break. Companies have literally engineered the friction out of financial transactions to make spending as painless and automatic as possible. The subscription economy represents the ultimate evolution of this manipulation. Instead of one painful purchase decision, companies have trained us to accept small, recurring charges that bypass our spending awareness entirely. We end up paying far more over time while feeling like we're spending less in the moment. Now for the solution I promised, the one mental shift that can free you from this expensive psychological manipulation is called intentional consumption, and it starts with reclaiming your decision-making process from the companies trying to control it. Before making any non-essential purchase, implement the 48-hour rule. When you feel the urge to buy something, write it down and wait 2 full days. This simple pause allows your rational brain to override the emotional manipulation. You'll be shocked at how many things you thought you desperately needed suddenly seem completely unnecessary after this cooling off period. Create a personal mission statement for your money. Write down what you actually value in life: relationships, experiences, security, creativity, whatever matters to you personally. Before spending money, ask yourself, does this purchase align with my stated values, or am I being manipulated into thinking it does? This creates a filter that most marketing manipulation cannot penetrate. Unsubscribe from marketing emails, unfollow brands on social media, and use ad blockers religiously. The less exposure you have to marketing messages, the clearer your thinking becomes about what you actually want versus what you're being told to want. Most people are shocked at how much mental peace comes from simply reducing their exposure to advertisements. Finally, track your spending not just in terms of money, but in terms of time. Calculate how many hours of work each purchase represents. That $200 gadget isn't just $200, it's 15 hours of your life if you make $13 an hour after taxes. This reframing makes the true cost of impulse purchases impossible to ignore. The marketing psychology designed to keep you poor relies on one fundamental assumption, that you won't recognize what's happening to your mind. By understanding these 3 triggers, artificial scarcity, social proof manipulation, and dopamine hijacking, you've already taken the most important step toward financial freedom. Remember, every dollar you don't spend on things you don't need is a dollar that can work for your actual goals and values. The companies spending billions to influence your purchasing decisions are betting that you'll remain unconscious of their tactics. By staying aware and intentional, you're not just saving money, you're reclaiming your autonomy in a world designed to take it away. The next time you feel that familiar urge to buy something you didn't plan for, remember this video. Your awareness is your most powerful tool against the multi-billion-dollar machine designed to keep you consuming. Use it wisely and watch how quickly your relationship with money transforms from one of stress and scarcity to one of intention and abundance. This is Jack from the Millionaire Institution, and I hope you found real value in this video. If this content helped you recognize even one manipulative marketing tactic in your own life, please hit that like button to help us reach more people who need to hear this message. Don't forget to subscribe and ring the notification bell, because we're constantly breaking down the psychology behind wealth building and financial freedom. Drop a comment below and let me know which of these 3 triggers you've fallen for most often. I read every single comment, and your insights help shape future videos. Until next time, stay intentional with your money, and remember that true wealth starts with awareness.